Hello, welcome to What's in the Attic. So the other day I was up in my attic and discovered a few things. I was looking for a box that I haven't seen in 20 years. And I finally found it, and had some interesting stuff in. I was looking for some music, tablature for guitar that I hadn't seen for a long time. But I finally found the box that I was looking for. And it had some old comic books and baseball cards and football cards and Sports Illustrated magazines, things that I collected when I was a little kid. And I said, hey, one day they're maybe worth something, But that been, I looked them up, not worth too much. But the memories that it brought back, that was the key thing. And some of these, they might be worth something, I don't know. But the whole point is just going up in the attic, looking for something, reminiscing of the good old days. And anyway, it took me back. So hopefully I can take you back. That's the whole point of these videos. I'll be doing several different things up here in my attic. My buddy here, maybe he'll help me find some things. But anyway, I found some, these are just a couple, but I found some old Fleer and, some Topps baseball cards. Like this one's, Cal Ripken Jr. Man, just like, here's a, old Mike Schmidt. I remember him. And I think a lot of these they're from the 80s when I was a kid. So they're 82, 83. Some of these are 84, I think. But I've had them for a while. I've been looking for this box for a while. It's been up here probably 20 years. I found my football card collection, which is not that many, not that, but I found it. It was in here too with some other stuff. But here's Darryl Strawberry, the Mets. Wow. Oh man, 83. This is a Topps. 182 of who knows what, but probably. But they're all kept in a nice little like tin or bags and stuff when I was a kid. Never thought, but there was no internet back in the day. You had to go to a card shop or a flea market or something, and you didn't have a fantasy baseball team or football team back in the day. You go down to the local store, buy you a pack of them, and spread them out and see what you got, and call your friends and say, hey, I got so-and-so, or I didn't get. If you got it, I'll trade you. It's all about trading, get together with your buddies. But you'd go outside, you would play, dress up as your favorite baseball player, even if you hit the streets, played stickball, or if you go out to a local field, your Parks and Rec, and get a game up together, man. I might have got picked last, but hey. I played a little baseball when I was very young, but once. Softball as I got older, but just wasn't quite big enough, strong enough, or had a lot of power. But yeah, main thing is going out and playing in the backyard, wiffle ball or t-ball or baseball or whatever, and your local community there. And that was a thing back then, man, when it was America's pastime. But But just the memories. Like this guy right here, Dale Murphy. I was a big Atlanta Braves fan because there was no professional baseball team in North Carolina when I was growing up as a kid. But where I'm from in Georgia, I go visit my grandparents. Spend lots of time with them in Georgia in the summers. And my grandfather took me to my first Atlanta Braves game in the 80s. And man, walking, back then it was Fulton County Stadium. And as a young man, walking out there and seeing that field and beautiful green grass. And that was my first ever professional sports of anything. Like I said, football was, they showed on TV around here was Washington Redskins, and I was not a Washington Redskins fan. And of course, I think the Atlanta Falcons were horrible. So we didn't get the Panthers until 1995. But I'm talking in the 80s, man, early 80s. So a great memory. My grandfather took me to see the Braves, Dale Murphy, and I think it was Bob Horner and Claudell Washington was on the lineup. So earlier, they weren't that great, but Dale Murphy was definitely MVP. I think maybe somewhere around in there. But I think he'd be a future Hall of Famer. But just great memories, man. Spreading these cards out in your room and seeing who you got. Remember the packs of the big league chew that you would get, and you'd open up these bunch of bubble gum and you'd put some in your mouth just like your baseball player and think you'd have you were too young to do the tobacco products, so you put this big league chew of bubble gum in your mouth and pretend to spit like a baseball player. Oh man, stuff we do back in the day. But it even came in a pouch like tobacco did. So maybe some of y'all remember that. But here's a good one. It might be worth something. This is a Fleer, but it's offset a little bit. But this is Wade Boggs, man. Yankees. I remember that guy. He was, that's card 630 of, I don't know, that's up there. May not, but here's one from 82. What is this? A Don. Anyways, Raleigh Fingers. Check out them handlebar mustache, man. As he was notorious for that back in the day for the Milwaukee Brewers. But this is number 28. Yeah, but this is 1982, so it has his last stats on here from 81. So this card has definitely well, it wasn't a Cy Young Award in 81. Huh. Old Raleigh Fingers, man. I don't think the Brewers did much back then, but he was pretty good. Here's a All-Star edition from Topps. This is maybe 82, 83, but Andre Dawson, Montreal Expos. Man, he was a fantastic hitter. Here's one, but not with the Yankees. Well, I think his career was winding down. But wow, found this one too, old Fleer. This is from 83, 84, yeah, 84, but 83 Statso. But Mr. October himself, Reggie Jackson, but when he finished up with the California Angels. Wow, there's some good ones in here. Greg Nettles of the Yankees there. I hope you can see these. I'm trying to hold them up close to the camera, but wow. Pete Falcone. Mookie Wilson of the Mets. Man, this is 1981. Wow. There's another 1981 Tom Seaver, Cincinnati Reds. Pitcher. Now here's a guy who's an outfielder for the Yankees, but it's probably more notorious or known for being a manager of the Yankees. Old Lou Piniella, outfielder for the Yankees. How about that? And this is from 80, 84 or 83, one of the two. But just great, man. Look, here's Jim Palmer from 1981 from the Orioles, if I can speak today clearly. But just, man, there's Chicago White Sox, Greg Luzinski. I mean, just Steve Garvey. Just some really wow, look at this one. White Sox manager. I think he manages for the Oakland A's too. But look, there's a young Tony La Russa. Tony La Russa. I think I said it correctly the second time. But anyway, just wow, another one from the Giants, man. Frank Robinson. Look at that. Oh, here's another good. Oh, for the Detroit Tigers from 1982. Sparky Anderson, man. Look at that. Card's in great shape, too. A lot of these are. Steve Garvey for the Padres. I think that was 83, 84. Just, man, some great. Rod Carew. Man, oh, there's an Oakland A's. Take you back. Ricky Henderson. Look at that. Ricky Henderson. Wow, here's an old good one from 1981. Might even be a Hall of Famer now. First baseman, Willie Stargell. Willie Stargell. I remember a lot of these guys, man. Anyway, it was just great going through these baseball cards. And I got lots of them, man. Lots of them. It's just so great to go through and see all those names and looking back in the memories of going to the Braves Stadium and just going out in the backyard and in the summers with my cousins and playing wiffle ball, you know, pretending that the out of the yard or the garden was a home run and playing. But we had different teams in those plastic helmets, and we were all Braves fans, but somebody had to be Yankees or somebody had to be, I forget all the different helmets we had at the time. But remember going to get some jerseys and putting that wad of chewing gum in your mouth when we were really little and running around. I think we might have even played barefoot in the backyard in the grass. But, man, used to fuss at us because it's getting dark. Come inside. No, now, now, man, you got to get them out the door, get them outside. But good old days, man. I remember those good old days. They were fantastic. It was great memories. And do another video. This is just a short one, but found this box going through it, and there's some other boxes, so I'll be going through here in the attic and just sharing memories, and maybe you might have some too to take you back to your childhood. Never know, might find something in your attic too, whether it be your parents or your grandparents' attic, and bring back some memories and reminisce. But it's just it's very interesting. Anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate you hanging out with me and coming along. And like I said, I hope I stirred up some good memories for you. And we'll see you on the next episode, and maybe see what else I can find. So be sure to come back, like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications, and make sure you definitely like the video. I would appreciate it very much, and then look forward to your comments as well. Thanks again. Take care. See you next time.